Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Sorry, so I was trying to jump on the couch with this massive toy. Today we're pulling from the Dragon Tarot cards. So one thing you got to be mindful is of what your thoughts are telling you right now. So our shadow thoughts are trying to come in as higher self. So you'll hear it in your voice, or you'll just hear these words, and it's just like, this is when our inner child of trauma comes up, where it's like, these are the things we're told as children, by our parents, relatives, XYZ. So that trauma carries forward, and it's like, watch what it's saying to you, especially this time of year. Here we have freezing rain for the next couple of days, so it's cloudy out. So we don't have the sun to burn up this shadow side. So this is where we have to go to our higher levels of learning. High Priestess, Emperor. What have we been through before? This is where, especially this time of year, where it's just like leading up to Valentine's Day. Don't try to over romanticize situations. Don't sit there and run yourself down. Just tell it to shut the F up. So Venus and the moon are in conflict with each other. So be mindful of that. Here, it's been cloudy a lot. So overcast skies, we've been getting so much precipitation. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's just like, endless. It's been like this for what now? 3-4 days now? It's just like endless garbage. We had a sunny day yesterday, but it's like you still had to shovel. Like, you know what I mean? Because of the wind and everything. Now it's just like windy, ridiculous, and freezing rain. So it's just like, watch where you're allowed to come in. Have a nice warm bowl of soup if you're in a colder climate. If you're climate, and it's just like, sit there and allow your higher self to come in. Meditation, remember how we were getting a lot of those 8 of Pentacle cards? So literally last week, this person, I've seen videos like this before, but this one really resonated with me. So she came up and I could really feel it. I was like, wow, that was interesting. So this week, it really resonated with me, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to sit there and study this. So I'm going to offer this service soon. I will do it for free because I'm learning. I don't want to sit there and profit for something I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So allow me time to learn it. If this is something that resonates with me, continues to resonate with me, and gets stronger and stronger, like anything, tarot cards, anything, it will get stronger as we move forward. I will start posting videos of it. I will start sitting there and offering it as a free service. And the stronger I get, this will become part of my services. But I'm excited, honestly. I am all about this this style of healing. So we'll see what comes of it. But it's just like, pay attention to what's resonating with you, because that could be spirit, being like, hey, this is something needs to be a part of you. You know what I mean? So keep going with it. It's not shocking because I always been drawn to Asian things, and it's so funny. It's it's like the leading up to Chinese New Year on the weekend on Sunday. So I'm excited. So we have this spread here. So I was like, oh, 7 of Pentacles, taking a step back and reflecting, But we also have this 9 of Cups that is moving towards us, right? So they were saying they're very emphasis on move. So I don't know if their partner has left them or is having an affair and is going to leave them, and they're going to choose you. The thing is, you don't want someone that has not healed to choose you, because it's a rebound. They know you're a nurturer. They know that this dog. Hey! Watch the tripod. Jeez Louise, this dog. But it's just like, you don't want to be someone's rebound. You don't want to be someone's security blanket in their binky until it's safe for them to come back out. Because they're going to end up back together. I guess she was being whispered sweet nothings in her ear at her position, and he's married. Oh, that's not good. Wow, this is a real poop show. You could be a friend. You could be a confidant. You can help nurture them without crossing that line. You got to realize, and this is where your higher self comes in. It's just like, it's easy for you to go there, but you know what? It's not what you want. I'm not what you want. You know what I mean? You just want to feel something. You want to feel anything besides what you're feeling right now, and that's not the way to heal. You know what I mean? That's what we do when we go through scenarios. We sit there, we drink, we do drugs, we do this, we do that. It's trying to numb ourselves or forget for a moment the actual pain we're feeling. So you know what I mean? Like this seven, this Nine of Cups, he is in a position of movement. You know what I mean? Riding on this dragon's back, moving away from us, right? But I feel like they were saying movement, moving, so be mindful of that. Their perspective of you has changed. Why all of a sudden has your perspective changed? Why now? It's like you could be someone's nurturer. You could be someone that helps heal them. You know what I mean? Like for me, Yeshua, Yahweh put me under their wing, me and my family under their wing, so we can heal and protect us as we move forward. You know what I mean? So it's just like you could be that protection for them, but it doesn't have to cross that barrier. You know what I mean? It's just like, you got to sit there and protect yourself in this situation. You got to protect them from themselves. If they decide to go somewhere else and get that from somewhere else, that's fine. But, try to tell them, like, you're hurt right now, and you know what I mean? And I feel bad for you, and I'll be here for you to, cry, scream, shout, everything. But this is not a situation you want to be a part of. This person could be an emperor to you. Order, structure. They have a lot of great, how would you say that? Qualities about themselves. You know what I mean? Those are the things that you really respect about them. You really look up to them in that way. You know what I mean? But again, you don't want to be someone's binky. You don't want to be someone's security blanket until, this person comes back in their life and they're just like, bye, drop you like a bad habit, This Ace of Wands, and it's like an explosive situation. It's like it's been building up for a long time and now it's finally exploded. You know what I mean? This rebirth in our life. We've been getting this with the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress. We've been getting a lot of rebirth. Judgment. I couldn't think of the freaking card earlier, but it's just like there's a lot of rebirth cards coming up here. So it's just like a rebirth in our life. But the thing is, it's like we're not the same person we used to be. You know what I mean? It's just like they're only with us as a rebound. They're only with us as a safety security blanket because they see who we are. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where that change of perspective is coming in. This is changing the perspective of how you see yourself. Yeah, you would have went that for like that with a hot flash, and it's like not even thought about it. But now you're thinking of your higher self. It's like, oh, hell no. We ain't looking for no more trauma. We ain't looking for no drama. I will be there as long as you need me to be by your side, but I am not your, rebound. You could be a safety security blanket for someone. You could be their soother, but you don't have to cross the boundary where it becomes sexualized and you both end up getting burnt for it. So we start off with the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven foretells of a truly rewarding time. The possibilities before you are quite awesome. But do think in the long term. Decide who you are and what you would like to be remembered for by your family and friends. The choices you face really are that important. Destiny at work. So I feel like fine, that's their definition. But again, something coming in here. I don't feel like this Nine of Cups is coming in because they feel like they could get what you've got here. I feel like this person has pure intentions. I just feel like because they are so hurt, they're not thinking with their higher self. So somebody's got to think. This is like when someone comes to you drunk. You know what I mean? And they want to kiss you because they're upset about someone else. They're drunk. They overdid it because they're upset about someone. And this is where you got to think with your higher self. Do I take advantage of this situation, or do I be the grown-up and be like, you know what? You're not in a position to be, doing any of this. I'm not taking advantage of the situation, so let's just leave it alone. You know what I mean? So with this Nine of Cups, even go back to the Seven of Cups, talking about that abundance coming in with no harm to none, and so it is. But it's like they keep talking about this. It's like this build-up to what this financial endeavor is. So the Nine of Cups is romantic, loyal, generous, friendly, thoughtful, and idealistic. These are the qualities we love about them. These are the qualities that draw us to them. We see that generous side of themselves. We see a lot of qualities that we would want in a partner, but at the same time, it's like logically thinking, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. I wouldn't want to be on the other side. So it's like you can romanticize in a distance, you know what I mean? But without crossing that line. He inspires new ventures in both the romantic and practical fields without expecting much in return. And that's why it really draws you, because you're both givers. You know what I mean? So there is that chemistry together, but it's just like, no one is stupid enough to sit there and blur those lines. It's just like, let's keep it as it is. That's what works. That's why, the yin and yang of things, you know what I mean? It fits well together, but it's just like logically, it's like, no. When you actually put it into reality, it's like, no. The knight is happiest when embarking upon a great spiritual quest like that of the Holy Grail. He signals the possibilities of idealistic new venture coming your way, possibly from an old friend. So this is where we have the Eight of Wands coming in, where I saw as a channeled card while I'm reading this for Instagram, and they were showing the Eight of Wands, something coming out of the blue, into our life. So it's like we don't even, like, I don't even think they're gonna let you know they're coming. I just feel like all of a sudden, boom, here we are, and it's just like, okay, like, why? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell's going on? Think with your higher self. So this is where our crown chakra, it's like, you know what I mean? We're not thinking in our lower self anymore. You know what I mean? It's like the frequency is turned on, and it's like we refuse to go back into the shadow. We refuse to behave in low energy behaviors. Like before, probably would have jumped on that opportunity. Oh, we're together now. Oh my goodness, let's over romanticize this situation. Let's keep the rose colored goggles on. Let's keep the blinders on. Sorry, dog started barking. But this is where it's like you think you're your higher self. It's like they're hurting. They're in a horrible situation. This is not a time for us to take advantage of nobody. But now we've grown. Now we know what we want, what we don't want. Do we want another mistake under our belt? Heck no. Do we want to have regret? Do we want another thing to get over? Drama? Trauma? No. This is why I'm saying they're not in a good headspace. This is where you got to be the articulate one. This is where you got to be the grown up and be like, okay, no. You're the one with the experience here. So it's like, what are you going to do here? So the reverse meaning is different from what I'm used to, but like I said, sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't. Beware of pointless time wasting, selfishness, and half-hearted sacrifices that achieve nothing. You need to find new ways of dealing with events. This card also warns of accidents, danger, and loss. Remember that whatever fails to break you only makes you stronger. So it's avoiding situations. You know what I mean? Like, we know sometimes situations present themselves, and it's like, am I going to go on my shadow side? Am I going to go on the right side? This is where we have free will, and it's like, that fork in the road. And you know what? If you're thinking with your higher self and you're always in that, vibration, it's like, you really don't have to think too hard about this situation. It's like, they're hurt. You know what I mean? They're going through it. You know what I mean? We wouldn't want to be taking advantage of that situation, and that's what we'll be doing. Because they're consumed by what has happened here. So you got to sit there and be, the person thinking clearly here. So the Emperor represents earthly power achieved through force of will, including war if necessary. So we got that, I think it was like earlier in the week or last week, where it's just like they were showing this gentleman, and it's like, you know what I mean? They're like, they pulled up their robe and they're just like, hey, don't forget, like, I'm from the streets. Don't forget that I'm street smart. Don't forget where I came from. Because, yeah, I don't behave in those behaviors anymore, but that's still a part of me. Like, I will behave in those behaviors if necessary, if provoked. Though usually this card stands for stability, wealth, justice, and the dominance of reason over emotion, it can represent an authority figure at work or in family, or the attitude necessary to carry plans through to fruition. Sometimes it's necessary to put aside reflection and sympathy and simply act. I feel it's like people trying to take advantage. You know what I mean? There's this situation. I don't know what was said because we don't conversate. We are not close like that. But it's just like, don't be using my name to intimidate other people. You know what I mean? Like, I understand you're feeling a ways, but you know what? I don't participate in your garbage. You want to sit there and threaten, and that's the way you get your ways, or use other people to get your way. Karma will bite you in the butt. It's like, you know what I mean? This person will never change. That's how they're always low level, slimy behavior. So we go to the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands represents the beginnings of something great and new practical venture or career. This sometimes is put right. This time is right for putting your boldest ideas into action, pushing back the boundaries of possibilities, and sharing your enthusiasm with the world. Now, when everything is flowing your way, it is time to exercise your talents, stake out your territory, and show the world what you can do. So we were talking about that. Listening to our higher selves, there's, talking about this leveling up. That happened with myself, last week. I feel like it's so, fitting because it's like literally like a week away. Well, yesterday it was a week away. So now it's 6 days away from the Chinese New Year. Asian culture has always resonated with myself, going back to the ancient Chinese tarot. So Chinese culture especially is always, I don't know why, has always resonated with myself. Where East Asian, there's a lot of different, there's Arabic, there's India, Pakistan, there's, oh my gosh, there's like 6 different things in there. You know what I mean? From that side. Dutch, I even had no idea we were Dutch. You know what I mean? So it's just like there's these different things, but it's like nothing like from East Asia in the way of like Chinese or anything of that kind of culture, but it's just like, Buddha and all that is part, but it's mostly like Hindi, but it's just, something that's always resonated with myself. I've been always drawn to it. I've always respected it. So, the fact that fell into my lap, I'm like, okay. So it's just like, like I said, I want to educate myself with it, get familiar with it, keep using it, start studying it, start making it a part of my everyday life. And then I will start reaching out to some of you that are in the Soul Tribe that have had readings with me a number of times and see how that will work, And then I'll go there and then start posting it for everybody if anyone wants to participate in it. But, right now I'll just do it for free. But let me get my bearings. Let me get my confidence in it and know exactly what I'm doing, and then I'll sit there and put it up as a service. But it'll be for free for a while because, the more I practice, the better I'll get. So I love the fact that this Ace of Wands, and I feel like that's what they were talking about, that some leveling up for people was going to happen here, that like where they're talking about skills and stuff like that. So, this 8 of Pentacles, of course, the study that we're going to take and we're going to be successful at. So I feel like, that was like, it's going to come in. And did she show up before last week? I don't believe she did. I'm pretty sure it was last week that she first showed up. So it's just like, studying it more and getting familiarized and going from there. And it's like, like she said, she studied for years, So it's interesting. It really resonates with myself. So I'm excited to get into it. But, see where that calling. That's what I'm saying. Instead of wasting your time in these low behavior energies, it's like put your energy into something positive. Put your energy into something that resonates with you, that you can sit there and transform and use for the higher self. I still haven't finished my vision board, but it's just like one of the things was like, allow, Yahweh and Yeshua, this is in my case, to be the light. Bring that light into our life. Put those energies in a positive way. You know what I mean? I feel like that's where it's going, like the 7 of Pentacles. What will you be remembered for? You know what I mean? And it's just like, either you could sit there and crash and burn, or you can learn how to fly. You know what I mean? Don't behave in these low behavior. You've grown. You know who you are. You know what your moral compass is. So don't sit there. Sometimes it's easy to slide back into that behavior. But it's just like, you're going to regret that behavior because that's not who you are anymore. It doesn't resonate. So just because Venus and the moon are in conflict doesn't mean, that's a pass for me to behave in low behaving behaviors. You're building up your karmic positive, credits, instead of building up karmic debt where it's just like that, they're showing the sickle coming and swinging, you know? So you got, it's just like, nope, no thank you. Keep your sickle to yourself. When people try to get you to behave in low abiding behaviors, you think they're using their name? They're using your name. They're throwing you under the bus. They're not going to participate in that. And they'll just sit there and be like, oh, but look, you're the one that said all these things. You're the one that did all these behaviors. I didn't do anything, So just watch what you're doing and watch who you're surrounding yourself with. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.